If you work on diesels, you know that you got to have a lot of specialty tools, but you don't always have to spend a lot of money. Let me show you. 2007 Sprinter 2500 3-liter diesel turbo. Anyway, so we had a rough running engine, no code. Felt like a misfire, no codes for misfire. I sprayed a little bit of soapy water on this injector, and of course it's got black death and stuff. So I could see once I sprayed soap on it, it was just pss, 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 leaking compression right out that injector. Well, if you know about diesels, these injectors don't just pull right out. You got to have a tool. And of course they make all kind of fancy, really expensive tools, but you don't need to go super fancy or expensive. All you really need is a slide hammer, a vice grip, and they make these cool little adapters that screw on the back of the vice grip so you can vice grip onto, and I don't buy the adapters. I just right onto this fuel rail, small rail, which goes in the top. I just clamp onto that because it doesn't really damage it at all. They always seal back up. They say anytime you open these up, you're supposed to replace them. But anyway, so yeah, just a cheap little $20 adapter and a cheap slide hammer, and you can just yank these things right out. Now I'm going to be doing this for a while because this thing's really stuck in there. So if you don't work on diesels, you might want to pass it by because these things get really nasty, and you can see in there, there's just like that carbon from the injector leaking. It is just nasty. So I'm going to remove this injector. Now I'm sure the special design tool that's made just for this probably works a little better, but what do they think? We should have to pay all this extra money to be able to service their special design? Like, no, bull crap. We're gonna use what we can to get the job done and not have to charge our customer an arm and a leg. But this works just fine. Voila. And if you haven't seen black death on a diesel engine, this is it. See all this black goop? Yeah, that epoxy's inside of that hole, make it almost possible to get out if you don't have some kind of crazy contraption to get up in there and yank these boys out. But yeah, we're gonna just take a wire wheel and clean this up, put some lube on it, change this copper seal. Luckily it's stuck to the injector. Clean down inside that bore, and then hopefully it'll be sealed up and good to go. Now, if you don't got a slide hammer set, you got to get yourself one. This is the old one I've had for at least 20 years. ATD 3045, link down in the description. And they come pretty basic like this, and for most stuff, this is all you need. But there are a couple accessories you'll want to buy. You want to get that vice grip screw-in adapter. You'll want to get yourself an extension, if not two. And you want to get yourself one of these CV cup forks to pull them CV boots off. This thing's helped me so many times. Links to the tools down in the description. Now these injectors are pretty damn expensive, almost $400 each, and there's 6 of them. So a lot of the times just these little seals go bad and they start leaking. And these are torque to yield stretch bolts. You can only use them one time. And you might as well get a kit that replaces this little shoe bracket, and you need to clean all this heavy tar out of there, and you should really run a bottom tap through those threads. That way you know that you can torque this down real good. And I like to lube the injector body up with anti-seize, because if you ever got to do this again, they don't come out that easy. You could spend upwards of 10 hours to replace all 6 injectors. And believe me, back here where this brake booster is, that's tight access back there. You don't want to be having to do that. Unfortunately, I had to do that with this one. It was a pain in the butt, but I got it done. Got all 6 done after this one, so this will make 6.